Hello, Romy's rock stars. Guys, it's August 6th, which is an important day because it means that tomorrow is my birthday. That's right, big day, FYI. So tonight, I asked Miss Tracy to speak to us because Tracy's been showing up in my news feed as a bright and sunny and cheerful person. She's also shared with us briefly last week about the success she's been having with her new enrollments and her team. And I just asked her to share some of her energy, some of her tips and tricks. And we'll just kind of take it away, Tracy, enlighten us. Oh, and your gems. I also want to hear about the gems you shared with us. So let me unmute you.
Okay.
And you are on, girl. Share away.
All right. So some of this stuff is going to sound kind of woo-woo. All right. So we're just going to preference it with you need to be open to a little bit of woo-woo here. And yet, woo-woo that is based in physics and in science. All right. So not totally weird. All right. So some of you all know that it's kind of been a tough couple of years for me. I was supporting my dad as his health was declining due to taking care of his wife. And then it'll actually be on Friday that the first year anniversary of my dad passing. But so it's been a big growth period. Okay. And the first of the year, I started looking at, looking to see what was out there in terms of mindset, coaching, in terms of manifestation, and just kind of lots of ways that I could support myself, and grow, and then use that for business as well. Okay. So one of the first things people I found, which I actually found her last year, her name is, y'all are going to want to take notes, by the way. I'm just going to tell you, because I'm going to give you lots of resources too. The first woman I found, her name is Deb Erickson. Okay. And she's got the I Can Institute. All right. And she does business mind coaching. Her whole thing is that you can take all of these courses with people who tell you what to do. Okay. But until you change your mindset, a lot of those courses really aren't going to help you nearly as much. And what I plugged into her, she does a lot of recordings that you can listen to as you go to sleep. Okay, so I go to sleep with Deb Erickson in my ears, in my head, and she has some different nighttime recordings. This one I'm doing right now is manifesting and what's it called? I don't know. It's a manifesting one. She has a nighttime recording called I Am Enough for people who struggle with worthiness issues. Okay. So, and it's okay to fall asleep to them. It's wonderful. That's fine. Then she has some daytime recordings that are what they call binaural. So you listen to one thing in one ear and one thing into another. Because, and generally one ear is hearing I am statements, the other ear is hearing you are statements. Because a lot of times that little outside voice that says you aren't something, it helps to confuse your brain. And so when your brain stops listening to one ear, it listens to the other. So you're getting the same message. But they're also very, very empowering, very much, get it done kind of thing. She's knows network marketing. She works with people women in network marketing. Haley Hobson has had her out I guess for some of her retreats and things like that. So anyway, that was the first person I plugged into. All right. Um, then in January, I found a gal named Bree Seeley, Briseeley. And she did this really cool week-long manifesting course. All right. So yeah, in about a minute, you're going to hear an alarm go off on my phone because I have 10 alarms set on my phone throughout the day. And every time that alarm goes off, I stop what I'm doing and I send a message of gratitude and manifestation out into the universe. Okay. So I am thanking the universe for the abundance that the universe is bringing me. I am thanking the universe for my wonderful life and my husband and our marriage and all of that. And I'm thanking the universe for being able to serve people and attracting people who want to work with me. So she says 17 seconds is all you need, but 10 times a day. Okay. So I've been doing that since January. All right. Just send it out there because basically, here's the thing. You send out stuff to the universe and the universe says, okay, got it. It's taken care of. All right. That's the way the universe works. All right. You put out that energy, the universe will find a way to make it happen. And part of faith is, not being in control of how it happens. All right. So that's another person. And there's my alarm. See, it says 9:09. So I usually stop and I'll do a little, if y'all don't know about tapping, okay, so look into tapping because tapping helps to release old programming, negative thoughts, all right, and change your whole way of thinking. So I usually just tap my chest. I don't go through the whole thing when I'm doing my little manifesting. So I just say thank you. And sometimes it's just thank you, thank you, thank you. So thank you. That kind of thing. So yeah. So this was my last one at 9:09. And it'll start again tomorrow at 10:10. I take a break during dinner. So I don't have to stop during dinner and do that. So so that's another thing. Okay. Now let's see what else. All right. So tapping, manifesting. Oh, there's something that you can get in your inbox. It's free. It's called Notes from the Universe. Okay. And it goes along with the whole manifesting idea. I would just Google that, Notes from the Universe. And that's just a little ditty that I get in my inbox every day. And about how wonderful you are and how the universe is, going to make this happen for you. All right. Just a little reminder. Yes. Okay. About, raising your energy. Okay. So there's that. All right. Now into the more specific Doterra things. All right. So in my research, looking around, there's a gal named Mandy Johnston. Okay, Johns. It's got STON, so it's Johnston. Okay, and she's got a group called Support and Resources for Doterra Leaders. So she created this group for people who aren't yet premiers and can't get into the premier and silver groups. All right. So over the weekend, she had a live Facebook thing with a gal named Jennifer Donovan. And Jennifer's got a group called, and you're just going to love this, High Vibe Boss Babes. I love it. She's an energy coach. Okay. She's all about manifesting. This is like the coolest thing ever, just ever. So, and she has a free course called, and she's in Doterra. Okay. So called Law of Attraction for Doterra Builders course. And it's like just a little 2-hour course. And I think the next one is like September, right around Labor Day. So find Mandy's group, Support and Resources for Doterra Leaders. Join that. Scroll down to August the 2nd. Find that video. And then you can get into this course. Now, I will tell you that Jennifer has a bit of a trucker's mouth. So if you're easily offended by colorful language, just be, prepared for that. Okay. But she works with things that I don't know anything about. Okay. Oracle cards and stuff like that. So like I said, that's a little woo woo out there. But what she talked about today, she was talking about getting into the vibration of a top leader. Okay. And I'm just going to switch my screen. So now I can't see right now. Okay. And this is her July 14th live video. And it's about stepping into the vibration of how to attract the clients that you want. All right. And she was talking about, what was it? Be, do, have. So if you want to be the person if you want to be a presidential diamond, okay, I'm assuming that's where we all want to be, then you need to think about, okay, what does a presidential diamond do? And doing those things, all right, so that you can have what a presidential diamond has. Does that make sense? And think about that vibration and that mindset that those leaders have. All right. They don't get hung up on all the little minutia. All right. They move on. Okay. So that was just really powerful. And that was like a 13-minute video this morning that I'm going to watch, over and over and over again. Just phenomenal. So, my crystals, so this little crystal here is citrine, and citrine has to do with abundance. All right. So I carry citrine. It's kind of like what Kenzie does. Okay. She knows that everywhere she goes, she's manifesting money, and that money finds her easily. Okay. So it's the same sort of thing. This is like a little talisman that brings me abundance. Okay. So that, and orange as well. Orange is the color of creativity. All right. And this also relates to I believe it's your root chakra, which is where the source of all birth of ideas come from. If you know anything about chakras and things like that, your root chakra, well, because that's where all of your sex organs are. That's where you birth children. That's where the birth of ideas come from, and your creativity comes from. So, and your citrine little stone goes with that. So I do have a little citrine stone tonight to give away to someone who's on the call. Okay. All righty. So I keep some crystals that are just kind of by my bed. They remind me just to be open to love, to be open to let my intuition kind of guide me a bit. Some of them are, I have some that have to do with protecting me against negative energies from other people. Sometimes you just need that as well. I don't know a lot. Crystals is something that I'm just kind of getting into. That's really the woo-woo part about it all. But I know. But I think that whatever you can tap into, if you will, that is, whether it's your morning spiritual practice, your morning meditation, the Hal Elrod Miracle Morning. If you don't know Hal Elrod's Miracle Morning, that's another good one. All of that are all things just to help you, center. And then here's the thing, like Bree says, honey, you got to show up and you got to do the work. You don't just sit here and say, I want it. Yeah, I've got the vision board. It's downstairs. I didn't bring it up. But you have to say, okay, now you're going to go get it. And now I'm going to go do the things that it takes to go, get what I see on my vision board. So, there's that too. It's about inspired action. And that is the Blue Tansy Challenge. All right? Blue Tansy on your big toe every morning. Okay? And then the stuff that you get done. Sometimes the shifts are subtle and sometimes they're more dramatic. But you do keep working. Take your Mito to max. Get off your butt, kind of thing. Yeah. And it's inspired action. I made those phone calls on last Tuesday. I was like, man, I have 2 people on my team who both got, one got 2 enrollments, one got 3. And I was like, oh no, they are not going to be ahead of me. So by golly, these are people that I had relationship with, but I said, we need to talk about this. Tell me what you got going on, and let me help you. And helping somebody is pretty much always with the kit, people. 2 of the 3 bought kits. One bought a Home Essentials. One got the Aroma Touch kit, and the other one bought enough oils to qualify for the In the Rose Petal Challenge. So you help them because it's not like you're trying to upsell them, but you're helping them get what they need, because you have either had friends who've had the experience or you've had the experience. And you can say, this is what you need. This is what you need to do. When you sit down with somebody today and you do that wellness consult and you talk about LLV, because this is what they need, to have more energy, to feel better, to improve their overall health. That's what I said to her today. This is what you need. Write it down. This is what you need to get with it. PB Assist, the Terrazyme. Those should be your extra 3 supplements on special. They can decide, obviously, if they can afford it, but it's not my job to decide for them. It's not my job. So I think when you just come from a place of, I'm here to help, and I do know that these are worth it, and you're going to have a positive outcome, you know, then you get over yourself. You sort of get over yourself.
I love that. So
All right, that's enough.
Tell me what you use. Like, what's your, I mean, you're in this abundance mindset, you've been manifesting. What oils have you been using to help attract that? And when you introduce someone to the oils now, tell us, like, what's the daily routine that you're doing that you feel like you're passing on? Like, you met the gal today and said, well, this is what you need. Do you have a regimen you could share with us?
Well, you know, I do blue tansy every morning now. Okay. I do yarrow palm, frankincense, copaiba under my tongue. I will do the rest of them, like the turmeric, the pink pepper, the DDR prime, and green mandarin in a capsule. All right. I mean, I'm always doing my On Guard every morning. I take the full complement of LLV and supplements. I actually started taking Max more regularly. I used to just kind of take it every once in a while, and now I'm doing it every morning, Max. But I take all of that. I saw online, I think it was in the Doterra group, somebody bought, it's an 8-compartment bamboo case from Amazon that they put their supplements in. So it's right there on my counter. And, you know, I grab out what I'm going to need every day. And I put in a little dish for the hubs, you know, here, take these. Hey, y'all, I have Mark doing rolling oils on the bottom of his feet every night. Yeah, baby. He's like, oh God, he's sitting in the living room going, geez, now she's talking about me. Yeah, that's what let's see. Yeah, those are the biggies. I use Motivate a lot. I love any of the emotional oils, you know. I'm lucky enough that I've got a chiropractor here that does energy work, and I brought in my emotional oils, and she does muscle testing. It's like what Iris does when she does muscle testing, and she tested those oils when I needed console and when I needed peace and when I needed forgive. That she's like, oh yeah, and you need to put those right over here on your heart. I think one of the best places to put oils is on your heart chakra, you know, because it helps you to come from that heart space kind of thing. So I do a lot of that. And I carry, my purse weighs a ton because I carry so many oils with me now, you know, in case I need them kind of thing. I started doing what I saw on a video that Emily Wright uses Melaleuca on her forearms. Okay, she runs them up her arms like when she's in large groups, because it helps keep you from absorbing other people's energy. It helps to create a safe boundary for yourself. And there are times that you need to do that too, which is really good. Yeah, that's huge. So yeah. You know, I'm not as heavy of it. I need to use more oils, you know. I need to use.
You just told us like this whole slew of products you use every day.
But I need to. I know I need to use more. But anyways, yeah.
So tell us, how do you share when you come across someone? Is that an intuitive thing for you? Do you have an hour or two a day that you plan on prospecting? What does that look like?
Well, okay, so like it usually just happens organically. If I'm out running errands, like I was at the car dealership yesterday, I had to bring my car in. And so there was a gal who's receptionist, all right? And she's my age, okay? So y'all, I'm 60, all right? Just so you know. Yeah. Yes. I won't say that because you're recording. Um, so I'm talking to her and I'm like saying, well, how's it going? You know, what's going on? I haven't seen you in such a long time. Tell me what's happening. So she goes in, and so then ask questions. Ask questions, pay attention. They're going to tell you. They're so going to tell you what they need. And I have those little trifold brochures, you know, and I handed it to her, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got something right here. I just say, you know what? I use essential oils. Do you know anything about essential oils? I love them. All right. These would be so great for this and this and this. Okay. And this is, you know, this is why I love them. This is what I think you need. Yeah. I'm not going to, you know, unless I really, really have to, I'm not going to be sampling a lot anymore, because I end up, they don't try it. You know, they haven't tried it yet. You got to keep doing all of the calling them back, and then you're like a stalker, you know, then they start ignoring you, you know. So why not say, okay, you can leave them with something that's got some really good information. All right. You can either enroll them right then, or they can go online and enroll themselves up. I mean, granted, you get their information and you can keep touching them. Okay. But I think it, in some ways, you know, I think it's easier because people forget what you say. When you tell them how to use it, if you give them a sample, they're going to forget. They're going to go home and go, what did she tell me to do? Yeah, you know. So it happens very organically for me. And I worked BOGO. Like you said, I did Facebook Lives. I talked about them. I talked about why you needed it, how you used it, and how you could get it. Those three things. That's, you know, where to use it, why to use it, how to use it, all of that, and how to get it if you didn't know how. Yeah. So I think it's sharing and continuing to drip, you know, information if they're not ready right then. There's that ready, willing, and able, you know. My sister wouldn't touch oils. She thought it was, wackadoodle, you know, wasn't going to touch oils for 4 or 5 years, until she hit a point in her life where then she needed them. You know, she needed them for some emotional things. And so, you know, I hooked her up. Yeah. So, yeah, ready, willing, and able, people.
I love that. I love that. Ready, willing, and able. That's fantastic advice. Something easy to remember.
And it helps you keep from taking it personally.
Right.
Okay. That person may not be ready. You know, they may not be willing. They may not be able. And that's the difference between men and women. Men don't internalize that. Oh, they hate me. Oh, right. I said something stupid. Oh, I'm no good at this. No, men just go, okay, you know, weren't ready, you know, put them on the back burner, send them information that with what they're interested in, and move on. That's the big difference between men and women. We internalize everything because our brains are wired to see relationship. And if we can't, it's because scientifically we have more white matter and they have more gray matter. Did you all know that? And we are designed to see relationships. Okay. Yeah. Which is why we like The Bachelor and why we like and why we like soap operas. I mean, I used to, not anymore, but because we want that relationship. Yeah. And if we don't get that relationship, well, then obviously it's got to be something wrong with us.
Yeah.
Right. And so you have to think ready, willing, and able. And that's the same with your builders.
Yeah.
Or people that, you think are your builders or started out as builders or, that kind of thing. The other thing is, I think not to put so much pressure on yourself to find the builder. Let everybody become a sharer. Let everyone become a sharer. Because I heard this the other day, because builders are grown. Okay? You grow them. How many people actually, when you all started, did you say straight out of the gate, oh yeah, I want to build a business? No, I fought it for about 3 years. Yeah, I was like, Yeah, I'll tell you that story another time. But yeah, until one day I had the case of the FOMOs, the fear of missing out. And then I was ready. Okay. So.
I dig that. Are you open to taking some questions, Tracy?
Yeah, that doesn't mean I have the answers, but
You know what? Let's shut off the recording because that'll be more fun. So
that'd be better.
If people want to open up and maybe talk about something that's not going to be posted. So let me shut that off.